Welcome back, everyone. It's Abdallah here with another exciting episode of Detective Pikachu for Nintendo 3DS. We're continuing on with our 100% walkthrough, so thank you guys so much for coming. Thanks for answering our comment questions of the day. Those are really fun. I love looking at all of your comments. So, our comment question of today is going to be, who's your favorite flying type Pokemon? The reason why I asked this is because Hoot Hoot's floating around. He's a real cutie. Yanma's floating around. Yeah, so let me know. Favorite flying type? I don't know. Who's my favorite flying type? I like Zapdos. That counts as anything. All right, so here we are. We're in Chapter 6, Case 3. Expose the culprit who switched the violin. All right, no idea who that's going to be. I don't know. Hold on, Tim. I think Karina has more to tell us. All right, Karina. Karina, the violin there is a fake. The culprit arranged for the accident to happen so that nobody would notice the theft. But then where's the real violin? The culprit probably still has it, but please keep this a secret. We don't want the culprit to get nervous and hide it away. I never noticed my violin had been swapped with a fake, but I think the one I used for my performance was the real one. I could tell from the tone. Yeah, Cricketune says so too. Alright, the tone of the real thing, great. Cricketune, what else do you have to say? Yeah, sure. Alright, oh, something felt off to you too. The material seems softer than normal? I see. It must have been difficult for the culprit to get the exact same materials to use. Soft boards. Okay. Hold on. Oh my gosh, really?
Hey, Tim.
The testimonies we got from the two of them are shedding light on the crime. Really? Let's organize what we know. To get started, let's figure out exactly when the violin was swapped. Open up your case notes. Oh, when was it swapped? I don't know. We'll have to figure this out together.
Now, let's try and figure out when the violin could have been swapped out. First, when do we know for sure that the violin was already, fake?
When Pikachu was carrying it, right? It was fake when he was carrying it. Yeah, makes sense.
True. By the time I had delivered the violin, it had already been swapped out with the fake one. Now we know when the violin was swapped out with the fake one. But we still need to figure out when was the last time the real violin was seen.
It was seen during the performance, and I'll use this as a stylus.
Now why do you think that?
Because she said the tone, she said she knew the tone of the sound during the performance was the real thing.
So, Karina was using the real violin during her performance. She and Cricketune both confirmed it to be true. And that means the culprit swapped out the violin after Karina finished her performance, but before I moved it.
Okay. It was switched out backstage. Uh-oh. Okay. Now we know when the violin was swapped. Yeah, the culprit aimed for the exact moment Karina would not be around her violin. Judging from that and the tampering with the cue sheet, the culprit must have been very familiar with the show. So the culprit is someone who works here. Yeah, that's what we need to find out now. Okay, what alibis do those involved have? Great. Alright. Hey, how's the investigation going? I hope you're making progress. Yeah, I think we are. Bit by bit, we're getting closer to the culprit. I'm glad to hear that. Thank you so much for everything. If there's anything I can do, please let me know. Thanks. After my performance, I went backstage to put my violin there. Hiro asked you to do that, right? Did you see anyone else while you were back there? I don't remember. I'm sorry. I should have paid more attention. Please don't worry about it.
Yeah, that's an alibi. Make sure you remember it.
Okay. I don't want to point fingers, but it may have been Olga who stole my violin. Why do you say that? Well, Olga had asked me a few times before if I'd be willing to part with my violin. Of course, I said no. Of course, your grandfather made it for you. That's right, but it didn't seem like Olga was ready to give up, so she may have planned something like this. Huh, it seems Olga has a motive anyway, but we can't just decide that she's a culprit based off of that. I don't know. You know what? I'm gonna be pleasantly surprised if it's not Olga. Like, I think they're just trying to paint this picture that it's obvious that she has something to do with it. But it could be someone else entirely. So let's take a look at other dressing rooms. See who's around here. Max, right? This Max dude. Yo, rainbow tie.
What?
Oh, still doing your investigation. Go easy on playing detective, all right? Playing detective? Nobody's playing here. Max, you left the studio once the first rehearsal was done, right? Yeah, I figured I'd go over the script one more time in my dressing room while I waited. Did anyone come by during that time? Oh yeah, a staff member came by to call me. I was in the middle of something, so I couldn't open the door, but I said I'd be right out. Oh, so we didn't actually see this person. That doesn't check out.
Tim, be sure you remember what people told us.
I'm already forgetting. Alright, gotta pay attention. Here we go. Oh, you were watching TV, and you say you're the best thing on screen, eh? You got confidence for sure. What did you and Max do once you were done with the first rehearsal? You came back to the dressing room together. I seem to recall you were saying that's what you were going to do. Yeah. What's that? You were excited because Max said he'd give you your snack early today? We weren't asking about your snack. Someone came to call you. They knocked on the door and said something, apparently. That must have been Amelia. Is Amelia a person or a Pokemon? Why do you ask that? Huh, apparently Pokemon stopped by too, in addition to the person. What? It doesn't know who, but apparently someone rammed into the door. Chatot says it was so surprised that it accidentally yelled out. Yeah, I bet that would be surprising. What did the Pokemon do then? It ran off making some cry, according to Chatot. Yo, remember we saw the Mimikyu ramming into the door. And I was like, oh, dude, what's up with that? Weird. You think that's going to be coming into play with anything? I don't know. Dude, I truly don't know, man. This is insane. All right, what about the coffee machine? Coffee machine. Do you mind if I ask you a couple questions? You! What are you doing? Okay, get out of here. I was going to ask the coffee machine some questions, but I guess we're fine. All right. You.
What do you want?
You again. What do you want now? Oh, come on. You're a detective. Don't let her intimidate you. Go on, ask what you need to ask. Where were you after we finished the first rehearsal? I stayed in my dressing room. I was giving Perugly a nice brushing. Did anyone stop by during that time? One of the staff members came to call on me. I answered, although I didn't open the door. I see. Someone comes all the way to get you. The least you could do is open the door for them. Although, come to think of it, something odd happened after that.
So, let's gather information.
We've been gathering information. All right. What was a strange occurrence? Someone came and beat on the door. I looked out through the fogged glass window, but I didn't see anyone out there. I wonder what that was all about. Okay, maybe if it's Mimikyu, he's really short, and you look through, and you didn't see, because he's really short. So apparently you discussed acquiring Karina's violin a few times with her. And so what if I did? Don't tell me you suspect I had anything to do with this whole thing. I wouldn't go and break such an instrument, even if she did refuse. Oh, sorry. I'm the one who is worthy of that violin. It was destined to become mine. Whoa, quick, Tim, change the subject. Oh man, what a yawn. Let's talk to you a bit before you take a nap. Yeah, what were you guys doing after we finished the rehearsal? Oh, you came back to the dressing room for a nap. Olga gave you a good brushing too, so your fur is all perfect. You know, I can't really tell. Alright, so we got her alibi. Apparently someone knocked on the door, she was brushing her cat. Look at this Mimikyu just going all over the place. Do you remember the strange occurrence at Olga's dressing room? You mean that someone banged on the door? That's right, my theory is that it's the same Pokemon that visited Chatot's dressing room. That would make sense. I wonder if we can find this Pokemon and ask it about when it visited the dressing rooms. Yeah, it's Mimikyu. We gotta go find him, but I want to look in this room, because wasn't there, like, another lady in here? Oh, these are all the Pokemon. Why are they glaring at each other? Let's see what they're saying. It's time to decide whose special talents are truly better. It's saying being able to smell the difference of foods with your tongue is more amazing. It's saying making laundry super clean with your ultrasonic waves is way cooler. But it's like comparing Lepa berries to Oran berries. Still, we can't just leave them like this. What do you think we should do? Spend some time apart, have a battle. Oh, dude, let's have a battle. Who would win? Oh, man. To me, both your talents are really impressive. Maybe you could agree that you just have some amazing skills and just make up. Anyway, you two need to make up, okay? We can come by and check on them later. Maybe something has changed. The previous recording has gone over the scheduled time. Maybe the Pokemon are getting irritated. I hope they can become friends before the actual filming starts, but seeing how they are now, that may be difficult. Yeah, because I can't bear the sound of Magnemite's noise. Ugh. What in the world has gotten into Ekans? It's not normally a type to pick fights with other Pokemon. I wonder what set it off this time. I don't know, we talked to Ekans? Like, why? You know what set it off? The voice actor who made the sound effects for Magnemite. Don't get in your way. Hey, chill out. You don't need to look so scary. Magnemite's talents are all mundane and useless? You think? I can see my mom getting excited about super clean laundry. Yeah, what about you? Whoa, calm down. You could shut this whole place down if you get too excited. Telling things apart by smell isn't unusual or interesting at all. Really, I can't think of any other Pokemon that smells through its tongue. What about you? What do you have to say? Huh, well, what about Magnemite and Ekans? It's boring because they don't pay attention to you. It's like you're being left out. I don't think they mean to be rude or anything, but maybe Mawile just likes to have company. Alright, dude, I'm out of here. Sorry, guys. You guys are worthless. All you and your talents. Get out of here. You, though! What do you mean find the Pokemon that went to all the doors? This is the Pokemon! Do I have to watch him as he goes over to it? Like, what are we doing here? Oh. Are you making any progress on the alibi checks? Well, oh, come on. You should know what to do. There should, isn't there somewhere you haven't checked? Like the studio, sub-control room, or the dressing room? Yeah, we haven't checked the studio, so I thought I had to follow this stupid Mimikyu, but it looks like he went off screen. No, he didn't. Look! Look, he's just banging on doors, man. He's out of here. He's just skating on through. All right. We saw him bang on the door in a previous episode. It was intense. Excuse me. Hey, what's wrong? Well, about the accident that just happened, it seems like it was deliberately caused by someone. What? But then who's the culprit? We're investigating it now. That's why we'd like to know where everyone was during the rehearsal. We were here the whole time. Yeah, we were keeping an eye on the studio from here. I think it'd be difficult for the people here in the sub-control room to swap out the violin.
Tim, be sure you remember what people told us.
Oh, I'm remembering, or at least trying to. Hoot hoot, where were you at? I think that's everyone. Could it really be, is something bothering you? Yeah, I think I may know who tampered with the cue sheet. Really, please tell us everything you know. I can't prove anything, but I suspect Keith is the culprit. He looks after the Yanma here, and it would have been easy for him to tamper with the cue sheet. But Keith seems so proud of the Yanma and what they can do. Keith is a bit of a mystery. He came to GNN about 6 months ago on someone's recommendation, but he's never told anyone about why he came here or what he was doing before. I see. I wonder if there's a reason why he's so secretive. Whoa, I don't know, man.
Yeah?
What can I do for you? You're not going to do anything. What about you, President?
Yes?
What is it? No, I'm not talking to you. All right, so we got the alibis from them. So let's jump back into the studio, and let's see what's happening on with the rest of these people here. We got to find out what's up with Keith, man. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm all over the place. How about you? What was I doing after the violin recital? Why are you asking? We're trying to find out more about the accident. Is it alright if you tell us? Sure. I was in the studio during the rehearsal. I can't leave the Yanma all by themselves after all. Well, yeah, you're an NPC. You don't even have full eyeballs. Like, fully animated eyeballs. They're just black dots, so you're not important. Sorry. You're investigating that incident. No, it seems like the accident was deliberately caused for some purpose. Could you help us in finding the truth? After Karina's recital, I was checking the footage in the studio together with Hiro. Okay. How about you, Yanma? Where were you at? Hey, could you tell us a bit about what was going on in the studio before the accident? There was a bit of time between the Kricketune and Karina finished the recital and the next rehearsal, right? Was there anyone besides Karina and Amelia who left the studio during that time? I can't tell people apart very well. It says there were only 2 people who came and went. How about you? Yan. Yeah, we think the accident was more than just an accident. We're trying to figure out what exactly happened. Was there anyone who left the studio or who went backstage once Kricketune and Karina were done performing? Nobody, huh? Well, you can see the whole studio if you say, so nobody. I guess that's that. Alright, you. Do you think you'll be able to get back to filming? I'd say the odds are 50-50. I already put in a request for a new violin. I feel bad for Karina, but she'll have to use the new one. I was in the studio ever since Karina finished her performance. I was making sure the staff knew the plan for the show, checking the footage and so on. We were in the studio then, too. I didn't see anyone leave or enter until Amelia and Keith came back. Seems like Hiro and the staff here have a solid alibi.
Now that I think about it, this person couldn't be the culprit.
All right. Keith, are you investigating the accident? Don't overdo it. Thanks. Why shouldn't I overdo it, Keith? Were you, where were you during the rehearsal, Keith? I don't think I saw you until right before the accident happened. I went down to a lower floor to call the assistant Pokémon as soon as we found Perugly. And then what happened with that? Well, it didn't show up even when the scheduled time came, so I called the office to check. Turns out I mixed up the dates and had scheduled it for the wrong time. So I ran back to the studio to let Hiro know. So that's what all the ruckus was about. Did you run into anyone on your way back to the studio? Yeah, as I recall, I ran into Amelia. She just finished calling Max and Olga.
Now that I think about it, this person couldn't be the culprit.
Why not? Are you the one in charge of scheduling and managing the assistant Pokemon? That's right, I'm really sorry that my mistake put you both in a dangerous spot. Yeah, next time pay closer attention. Don't worry about it, neither of us were hurt. We were told that you joined GNN about 6 months ago? Yeah, through a friend of mine. So I guess you're interested in making TV shows. That's right, it's a lot of work, but I have fun. It's really exciting, you never know what's going to happen next. I think I'd be more anxious than excited. A life without some thrills would be boring. I think you'll understand that someday. What if it's Mako? Mako did it! I don't think Hiro and the staff in the studio could have stolen the violin. In that case, maybe we should tell Hiro what really happened. If the culprit is related to the show somehow, maybe he'll know something. Good thinking, but don't forget to tell him to keep it a secret. How about you, Amelia? Are you still looking into the accident? Huh? Hush, don't mention the swapped violin until we're ready to catch the culprit. Right, yes. You mean after Karina played, I was checking the dressing rooms to call on Max and Olga. But you came back to the studio alone, didn't you? Weren't you able to find them? Oh, no, not exactly. They both seemed like they were busy, so I just told them what I needed through the door. Oh, I see. And did you meet anyone else? Oh, I remember. I ran into Keith near the studio. Okay, so Keith's alibi checks out.
Yes. So the culprit is... Wait, what's that? All of our suspects have alibis?
Right? They all have alibis. Who did it? It's Mako! I'm telling you, Mako's evil! I went directly to Olga's dressing room from the studio. I knocked on the door and said we were ready, and she responded, "Thank you, I'll be right there," through the door. So it's not like Amelia actually saw Olga. I feel like that's going to be key to unraveling this mystery. I went to get Max after I called Olga. I knocked on his door and told him we were ready, and he said, "Gotcha, I'll be right out," through the door. I ran to Keith on my way back to the studio. He was standing near the entrance, but he looked very depressed. He was about to go report to Hiro that he messed up the assistant's Pokemon schedule. And he came back to the studio after that, right? That's right. Well, this is a conundrum. I didn't expect everyone involved to have alibis. This can only mean one thing. This can only mean one thing. The culprit. What did the culprit do? Use double team. Oh my gosh. Use the hidden passageway. There's no culprit after all. Like, maybe he created a fake alibi. That's right. They could have used double team though. I was very close. That's right. The culprit must have used some sort of trick to create a fake alibi. That being said, I don't think anyone working in the studio or sub-control room had time to do anything elaborate like that. I agree. Our suspects are the people who are moving around on their own. That's 4 people. Max, Olga, Keith, and Amelia. You don't think Amelia is? I know how you feel, but a detective has to keep an objective view of everything. Still, we could use some more information. Now that I think about it, Mimikyu had snuck out of the Pokemon dressing room and was wandering around, right? Maybe if we talk to it, it should help shine some light on the situation. How about you? Nothing goes according to the script, does it? After Karina's performance, I was with Hiro checking on the rest of the plan for today. You seemed all very busy. Yeah, we were all wondering what to do since Keith hadn't come back. How about you, NPC? Hey, there's Mimikyu. Oh man, an accident like that, and right in front of the president too. What's gonna happen to the show? Once the violin recital was done, I was checking in the footage from the cameras here and discussing stuff with everyone. Man, I wish I could turn the clock back. What should we do, Pikachu? Just let him be until we solve the case. I gotta go get that Mimikyu. You were wandering around the dressing rooms during the rehearsal, right? Do you think you could tell us more about that time? Okay, so you visited the dressing room for Perugli's partner, right? What happened then? Someone kicked the door, then you knocked. I'm betting that was Perugly. Perugly's too narrow-minded. I'm pretty sure it was in a bad mood because you were pounding at the door. You should go make up later. Okay, so Perugly's partner got mad at you. You mean Olga was in Max's dressing room? You got yelled at when you knocked on the door, you say. You heard, "Get out of my way." That could be Chatot. Oh! Was that really Olga? I mean, Olga said she was in her own dressing room, and Max didn't say anything about her being in his room either. Hey, Mimikyu, did you go into the dressing room at all? You ran away as fast as you could. Well, I guess we have no way of knowing what was really going on then. Alright. It would have nothing to do with you, as always. Man, it looks like it took the rejection hard. Don't be so depressed. I bet you'll get another chance soon. He's right. If you're motivated, I bet everyone will realize that you've got talent someday. Don't worry too much.
So there's
This is
a
tough.
fake alibi, and there's Mimikyu's knock to consider too.
What are you thinking, Pikachu?
Yes, of course. It all makes sense now. A bolt of brilliance! Tim, the culprit is...
The culprit used a trick to make us believe he was somewhere else when he was actually backstage. Did they say he? A trick? Okay, hold on. Dude, they obviously used Chatot. Oh, this is getting real. That's right. Amelia provided an alibi for the culprit so she can help us figure it out. Come on, Tim. What? Come on, Tim. Oh, come on, Tim. Me. What are we doing? There's something I'd like you to show me, Amelia. Sure. What do you need? You mentioned that you knocked on the doors for Olga and Max's dressing rooms when you visited them. Do you think you could show me exactly how? Well, sure, but it's not like I did anything special. I just knocked 3 times. Any staff member at GNN would do the same thing. So that's the trick the culprit used. Tim, now's the time to gather everyone in the studio. Oh, he's about to tell him. The 3 knocks was the trick, like the trigger for Chatot to say something. Yo. Gather round, everyone.
I figured out the truth behind the accidents.
What are you saying? That one of us here is the culprit?
Yeah, just what do you mean the truth? We're all friends here. Can't say I appreciate the insinuation.
Come on now. Let's allow Tim to speak his mind.
Thank you, Hero. Here it is. I'm not one to mince words. The culprit is...
Go on. You know who it is, don't you?
I think it's Max. I think it's Max.
Max, it's you. You're the one.
What? Oh, come on. Is this some kind of prank? What on earth would I have to gain from busting up someone's violin?
Nothing. If the violin really was broken. But it isn't broken. That one was a fake, wasn't it?
A fake violin? Oh, what an imagination. How could you come up with a theory like that?
You tell him, Tim.
Alright, what's the proof on the violin was fake? It was the message on the inside.
We checked the pieces of the violin, but there wasn't a message on them anywhere. Karina told us that her violin had a message written on it from her grandfather, which means the broken one couldn't be hers.
A written message? I never noticed such a thing on it.
Right. That's because it's written on the inside. It's something only Karina could know, since she watched the violin being made.
Right. As a child, I played at my grandfather's workshop. He inscribed a special message for me, and it was written on the inside.
You see? And now that proves the broken violin must have been a fake.
But where's the real one?
I think Max probably knows.
But no, I haven't done anything. Listen, the whole time the violin was backstage, I was in my dressing room. How could I be in two places at once?
Oh boy, this is where you take down his alibi.
Okay, so Chatot in the dressing room.
Actually, my guess is it was Chatot in the dressing room. You probably used a trick like this.
Gotcha! I'll be right out!
Oh, yes, that's exactly what I heard.
Admit it! Admit it!
Chatot, be quiet!
You just made it seem like you were still in that room. And then you swapped the real violin that was backstage with the fake.
Why?
You have to admit it! You have to admit it!
I had no choice. My popularity's been sagging. I wasn't sure the show would get picked up again. And if it didn't, I knew I'd be let go. I couldn't pay back my debts. I'd be finished.
Oh, Max. You were wrong. I was going to have you continue as our host.
What? But everything I did.
I'm really sorry, Max. But I'm afraid I'm going to have to call the police.
What a fool he was. In the end, he was the one who didn't believe in his own talent.
Hey, you guys! I found the videos. What's wrong? Why is everyone hanging out here?
Late to the party, Mako.
So Max was the culprit all along.
Well, there you go. I'm pleasantly surprised. I told you I would be. It was obvious that it was painted as like Olga would be the one, but it was actually Max, because he's broke. And he thought he'd lose his job. And that case is closed. Now let's get back on track. Okay, we can check the video. Oh my god, this is a long chapter. I mean, I don't mind, but...
Mako's finally back with the video. Let's go to the sub-control room and watch it. Maybe he'll show us some clues.
Okay. Maybe it will. Let's talk to some people, right? I don't want to watch it if that's the case. Not yet. I'm not ready.
Okay, let's check this out.
Let's play the whole thing through.
I guess we'll watch it.
Remember, keep your eyes on Charizard.
Yeah.
The daytime parade is now starting. Everyone is excited to see the popular Pokémon of the park marching by. Who better to lead than Charizard? We've been told the theme of this year's
Hey,
parade is
look at that balloon.
Oh.
Charizard's eyes turn red.
Amelia, over
Aura
here!
was used after all.
Ooh.
Why is this happening?
This is terrible.
I don't know, but it's a great scoop. But it's too dangerous. We need to get out of here. You're right. We have no choice.
That's the whole video.
Exactly how we heard it from the Pokémon at Fine Park.
Yeah,
Did you find out anything?
maybe. There was something I noticed.
Right.
Yeah,
See
someone
which
like had a
balloon?
like a pea shooter and popped the balloon.
Right there.
Better to lead than Charizard. We've been told the theme of this year's
The balloon
parade.
popped.
Oh, it wasn't. It was a Scorupi.
Are inside. Tim, zoom in on the balloon and then play it backwards in slow motion.
Okay.
It looks like a needle or something flew at the balloon.
You're right.
But where did it come from? Rewind it a little more.
Skorupi.
Stop there.
Hey.
Is that Keith?
That's Skorupi. And that man.
Right. The Pokemon at Fine Park told us a man with a Skorupi was after Harry.
You know, that looks almost like it could be Keith.
What? Keith was there? Working with you?
No, not with us. I don't think he was even working at GNN back then.
Mako's right. He only joined us about 6 months ago.
So, it was Keith who caused the incident? He's the one who went after my dad?
Looks like it. And he was hiding in plain sight. Let's go capture Keith.
Who'd have thought that Keith was a culprit? Yeah, he fooled us all. It's even possible that he knew about Max's plan and used it to try to take you out. Me? Think back to when the violin got busted. Why did we end up helping out in the first place? Well, because Keith had made a mistake about scheduling an assistant Pokemon and... Oh. That's right. And there was another suspicious point about his behavior. Do you know what it was? What was suspicious? He showed Tim where to stand. Did he? Ah, yeah, he did show Tim where to stand, didn't he? I'm glad you remember. Keith told you where to stand when I was bringing out the violin. He must have known that that was where the camera would fall. Do you think Keith and Max are working together? It's not possible. We can't rule it out anyway. Why would Keith... No, now's the time. Now isn't the time to be asking questions. We need to catch Keith first. Let's go, Pikachu. Yeah. Okay, man. Oh my gosh, this game is getting big. Oh man. So I don't know. I'm at a loss for words. There's just so much cool stuff happening right now. Like Keith, like we thought he was just okay, some dumb guy, but now he's a little bit deeper, and he was there at the park. So what? We got to go get him. Keith, man. Keith. Anyway, answer our comment question today. Who is your favorite flying type Pokemon? Let me know why. And yeah, I can't wait to see how this unravels. Chapter 6 is a long chapter, by the way. So we're going to keep on going until we find it, and we're going to be done. It's going to be awesome. Thank you guys so much for being here. Of course, make sure that you guys watch our entire playlist by clicking on screen over here. Newest video on the channel that way, recommendations there, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you're updated on the latest and greatest Detective Pikachu. And also make sure that you guys turn on the notifications, okay? Can't say that enough. Turn on your notifications so you guys are the first ones to comment the comment question today and the first ones to like the video. Anyway, thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next exciting episode of Detective Pikachu. Take care.